Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today's NHL news is raising some eyebrows, especially for Chicago Blackhawks fans. As the 2025 NHL draft approaches, the team reportedly isn't sold on one of the top prospects, despite heavy comparisons to Matthew Tkachuk. Let's get into the details and what it could mean for Connor Bedard's Blackhawks. With the 2025 NHL draft just around the corner, teams are working overtime to evaluate talent, study film, and make franchise-altering decisions. One of the prospects drawing attention is a gritty, high-scoring forward who's been compared to Florida Panthers star Matthew Tkachuk. But despite the hype, reports suggest the Chicago Blackhawks aren't convinced he's the right fit, especially for a team building around young phenom Connor Bedard. The unnamed prospect, believed to be a projected top 5 pick, has earned praise for his physical play, on-ice awareness, and scoring touch. Scouts have noted his ability to get under opponents' skin while still producing offensively, much like Tkachuk, who's become one of the NHL's premier power forwards. However, according to multiple sources close to the organization, the Blackhawks front office isn't sold on the Tkachuk comparison, or the idea of using a high pick on a player with a potentially volatile playing style. Chicago is reportedly looking for a complementary piece to Bedard, someone who can match his speed, creativity, and hockey IQ rather than overpower opponents physically. Insiders say the team's analytics department is skeptical of the prospect's long-term value, citing concerns about discipline issues and penalty minutes at the junior level. They also believe the player's offensive numbers may be inflated by line mates and system play rather than raw individual skill. This hesitation reflects a shift in Chicago's rebuild strategy. With Bedard leading the charge, the Blackhawks appear to be targeting a more finesse-driven, high-tempo style of play rather than the bruising, gritty approach associated with players like Tkachuk. That doesn't mean toughness is off the table, but the focus seems to be on chemistry, puck movement, and elite hockey sense. Meanwhile, some fans and analysts believe the Blackhawks might be making a mistake by passing on a player who brings energy, intensity, and playoff-style grit to the ice. Tkachuk has proven his value in postseason runs, and similar players have often been the X-factors in deep playoff pushes. Despite the skepticism, the team has not ruled out selecting the prospect entirely. Much will depend on how the draft board falls, what trades might occur, and whether other preferred targets are available when Chicago makes its selection. The Blackhawks hold a high first-round pick, and there's always the possibility of moving up or down depending on how things unfold. Connor Bedard, the face of the franchise, has not publicly commented on draft plans, but sources say the team is actively considering his input when scouting potential line mates and long-term contributors. Building a team around a generational talent like Bedard means getting every pick right, and the Blackhawks are under pressure to make the most of every opportunity. As speculation continues to grow, one thing is clear: Chicago is being very deliberate about who they bring into the fold. Whether they're right to hesitate on a player compared to Matthew Tkachuk remains to be seen. The 2025 NHL draft will offer answers and could define the next chapter in the Blackhawks' journey.